What is going on, guys? It's your boy Buki201 here. I would like to welcome all of you back to the channel. Today is going to be my first ever commentary over an original gameplay. The gameplay that you will see will be me playing Redwood TDM Hardcore, of course. So I wanted to talk to you guys about some things. Lately in the Call of Duty community, there's a lot of talk going on about what the next COD is going to be, and if it's going to be this, that, and the third, whatever. My only aspiration at the moment is just that hopefully that whatever COD that they decide to come out with is going to be a good COD. No more exosuit, jumping like monkeys, whatever you want to call it. I want to take it back to old school Call of Duty. Back in like COD 4 era, of course. I don't know if I want to go as far back as World War, which everyone seems to really like, and I'm a very big fan of World at War. Allegedly, there was a leak the other day saying that Call of Duty is going to go into a new series, basically a spin-off of Modern Warfare series, and I don't know what I think about that, but I guess the story goes something like it's going to be called Bloodlines, and basically Bloodlines means that, you know, your ancestry, of course. Basically, you might be replaying as one of Wood's ancestors or one of the other guys, you know what I mean, Soap McTavish, any of them really, it could be anybody, but basically it's called Bloodlines, allegedly, of course, and you maybe play back in like the World War eras, like World War I, World War II, and I just do not know how much faith I'm going to put into that statement. Like, there's no validity to the claim or anything like that. Now, understand this is just an assumption, but I'm going to assume that if Bloodlines truly is the next Call of Duty in the series, that it is likely going to take place during World War II. I feel, in my opinion, that we should have definitely stood modern, definitely not jetpacks and flying all around the place, but at least like boots on the ground, nitty gritty, old school Call of Duty. Not this camping in corners, flying all over buildings, jumping through second story windows. I understand where they were going with it. I respect the jetpacks. I personally like the exo movements, but I know that there are tons and tons and tons of people out there who absolutely despise exosuit movements. There are many people who absolutely hated Advanced Warfare for that reason, and I feel like if they were to make another game with jetpacks and exosuits and double jump abilities, that they should at least have a classic mode to it, where that people who like classic COD, old school Call of Duty, can still enjoy the game, but people who like the new features and stuff can have at it, you know what I mean? At least to get people into the swing of things, let people get time to adjust to the system. I feel like the best bet will definitely be to be a modern Call of Duty, such as Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, solely because most of the people back in the day, they were a much more mature audience. They just like their games to be a particular way, myself included. I personally like Black Ops 3. I didn't care very much for Advanced Warfare with all the extra movements where you can slide to the left, right, up, down, slam to the floor, exo shield abilities. I feel like the older CODs definitely were better in the fact that they were based on guns, your weapon skill, and not necessarily your ability to be able to slide towards someone and hit a triple jump, wall run, 360 wall bang. Like, I feel like that is just, it's crazy. Don't get me wrong, if you're one of those people who can do it, then I mean kudos to you, because I certainly can't. And many people find those movements to be very frustrating. Personally, I feel like, imagine World at War with the graphics of Black Ops 3. Could you imagine using the Thompson again? The nostalgia that you would feel using the gore, the nostalgia you would feel using the MP40 again. I just feel like all the guns back in the day just performed way better. They were way more consistent weapons. Like the Thompson, you knew exactly how the kick was gonna go. With the MP40, it was definitely a very easy one. It just went up and down. It was an awesome gun. A little bit OP at times, without a doubt. Like the M4 was a very consistent gun. The AK-47 in COD 4 was a very consistent gun. The R700 sniper rifle was a very consistent gun. Now we have P06, we have that dumb Draken. Like, what's the point of a sniper rifle if it's going to consistently take you 5, 6, 20 bullets every single time to get a kill? I feel like the assault rifles were better. The submachine guns, the shotguns, assault rifles, light machine guns, I feel like they were all balanced very well in the previous CODs. Black Ops 2 and even Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3, they all have very overpowered shotguns. Like the Argus's range makes absolutely no no sense. Back in World at War, you had the trench gun, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It killed that close range, one shot almost every single time guaranteed, and you were not shooting people halfway across the map. Now, shotgun users have this false sense that they can beat you in a gunfight at point blank range while you're using a submachine gun. The logic makes no sense, and that is why I feel like going back to a previous Call of Duty title or an older Call of Duty title and basically having the gameplay mechanics play virtually identical, obviously with a little bit of twists and turns and some changes. Otherwise, it feels a little bit too similar to the point to where it might die out, fizzle out, dry out really soon. The submachine guns were way more consistent. The MP5K, you had the AK-74U, you had the Mini Uzi. As far as shotguns are concerned, you had the Remington, and now in the new Call of Duty, it kind of caters to campers. I feel like 6th Sense is definitely an overpowered perk. It needs to be gotten rid of, or at the very least, it needs to be nerfed. I feel like to help balance out the system, they should definitely put a nerf on it. Feel like if you're not moving and you're sitting in a corner, I feel like there's no reason why you shouldn't understand exactly where someone is, like their exact location and tracker. I feel like if you're sitting in a corner, you shouldn't just know where someone is, or if you weren't moving, or there should be a certain distance, and that the steps should not just diminish over time. I feel like with 6th Sense, you should have to be moving. Like there should be like an algorithm that basically tells the game when you're moving, how fast you're moving, where you're moving, and I think that there needs to be a nerf, kind of like how they did it with Ghost. How in previous Call of Duty titles with Ghost, you can basically just sit in the corner and you would not be seen, but now there's an algorithm that basically tells the system that you need to be moving at a certain rate of speed for it to activate, and I feel like 6th Sense should definitely have that exact same barrier put on it, because right now it is severely overused and it definitely caters to campers. Hopefully in the new Call of Duty, we don't have to deal with the corner camping super OP perks where camping is catered to. We need to get back to the old Call of Duty where camping wasn't necessarily frowned upon, it just wasn't deemed as acceptable as it is today. Anyway guys, that is all I have to say on the topic. I want to thank you guys for sticking around and listening to me rant and say what's on my mind. If you guys would like to follow me on my social media accounts, the links will be down in the description below, and if you guys want to see my previous video, I will leave an annotation on the screen. Feel free to click, and as always guys, like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys.